All right. Hi, everybody. Just getting everything set up here. Excuse me. Let's see. Okay. So, good afternoon. My name is Theresa Norwood, and I am the founder of AID BIPOC. AID BIPOC stands for Association for Intellectually Disabled, Black, Indigenous, and People Oppressed by Color. And we have a program that we've been focusing on for the last 2 years for missing and trafficked persons. Typically, AID BIPOC does focus on bringing awareness to, persons of color who are oppressed because of the color of their skin. We try to promote awareness for different obstacles and unfortunate situations that people of color and who are intellectually disabled struggle with on a day-to-day basis. Excuse me, I'm just getting distracted here. So I'd like to welcome you to our live, and today we're going to be talking about Marissa Kay Carmichael. She's been missing out of Greensboro, North Carolina, since January of last year. I am going to share my screen here in just a moment. Before I do that, I'd just kind of like to take a moment to share and point out all these beautiful young ladies that have been missing for quite some time now that you will see on our background. The top up here, we have Emma Baum. She's been missing out of Gary, Indiana since October 2024. On the top left, she was due to give birth at any time when she went missing. We have Janiyah McMichael. She went missing last year. Her mother reported her missing on August 12th, 2024. She's the one with the birthday cake. She turned 13 in April of last year, and she just turned 14 in April of this year and still has not been found. We've got Marissa Carmichael in the middle here, and Marissa is a single mother of 5. She's been missing since January 14th, 2024. We've got Chalice Welch. She has been missing also since, oh goodness, a bird just hit my window. She's been missing since last year as well, out of the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, Irving, Texas area. She's from Arlington, Texas. She went missing in February of last year. Give me one moment, I'm pulling something up and I'll continue. 1 second. Okay, a moment. Bear with me here. I don't have anybody on watching. At least it doesn't look like there's anybody watching just yet. So give me just a moment. In the bottom left-hand corner, we also have Donna Michelle Calloway. I believe she's 45 years old today. She went missing out of Montgomery, Alabama, but I know that her sister believes that she may be, that her last location may have been actually Atlanta, Georgia. She hasn't been heard from or seen for quite some time. And then if you kind of go to the right, you'll see on the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see Kiana Lachey Turner. She's 33 years old and has been missing out of Gary, Indiana as well. And then in the upper right-hand corner, we have Valerie Elder Smiley. She's been missing out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Prayers going out to Chattanooga today, guys. They've been dealing with extreme flooding. You know, of course, a lot of places around our country, around the world, are experiencing lots of devastation like that. But I woke up to see that there was just horrible, horrible flooding. Cars were really pretty much swallowed up by the water. So Let's say a special prayer for those in Chattanooga. Today, I could probably talk about all of these young ladies and more, but today we're going to focus on Marissa Kay Carmichael. Okay, I'm going to be sharing my screen here in just a moment. Just got to get out of where I'm at. Okay, we'll get right to it. This is one of our websites. I am still building it out, so I'd like to invite you to visit it, obviously, when you have time, if you'd like to learn more about these spotlight cases. But I just want to give you a heads up that I am still currently working on some minor fixes and formatting issues because I just updated. I just did an update on WordPress and another program, and it kind of messed up some of my formatting. So, but I'm still going to share. I'll share both of her listings with us. Again, my name is Theresa Norwood, and I am the founder of Aid BIPOC. Aid BIPOC is a 501c3 nonprofit organization with the IRS, and we are registered also as a nonprofit and for charitable fundraising with the state of Illinois. So just for anybody out there who's interested in knowing that. All right, so let's go ahead and get down to Marissa Carmichael's case, okay? This is one of our websites, as I said previously. It's database.missingandtrafficked.info. Marissa's listing is, of course, /Marissa-K-Carmichael. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to share that link, but unless you do that, I will go ahead and keep talking and maybe share it a little bit later because I don't see anybody on here just yet. All right, so this is Marissa Kay Carmichael. All right, again, she was last seen January 14th, 2024. She's a mom to 5 children. And kind of gives you a little bit of information. This particular what is that, a QR code? This QR code, excuse me, if you scan it, it should take you to her missing post page. Let me see which one it sends us to. I'm going to actually check it out real quick. If you have an iPhone, I'm not sure about Androids, but if you have an iPhone and you open up your camera, it'll pick up on that QR code and take you right to her page. If you're using a phone, just remember, I do have some formatting issues going on, but you should still be able to scroll and look at all the information. But please don't give any mind to the menu on the iPhones because I need to fix that today. I'm going to scroll on down. This is a picture right here to the left. That picture is a picture of Marissa where she was last seen right before she went missing. She was last seen at an Exxon in Greensboro, North Carolina. For those of you that are not familiar with the case, she was wearing, I believe this was a Tweety Bird t-shirt, and it has flowers on it. She had some big hoops on. She had some big glasses with a white frame. Her hair, I believe it had braids, but it was put up, and that was her purse on the counter. She has a yellow band on because she had just been out at one of the local clubs there. But this is what she was last seen wearing. She had pretty much been robbed and dumped off at this Exxon in the middle of a place in Greensboro she was not familiar with. She is from the area, but she's actually from, oh goodness, my mind just went blank. Y'all have to excuse me. It'll come to me. But it's in the Greensboro area. High Point. She's from High Point. Thank you, Theresa, for remembering that. You'll hear me talk to myself. Just ignore me. So here's some more pictures of her. I'm going to go ahead and open it up so you can take a closer look. Feel free to take snapshots or share snippets of this live to your friends and family and anybody that you have following you on any social media platforms. This is a flyer that we put together last year. I'm just going to kind of go over a little bit what I have on here, and you can read along with me if you'd like. So let's see. Marissa Kay Carmichael was last seen on January 14th, 2024. I'm just going to turn up the volume just in case my voice sounds low. She was last seen in Greensboro, North Carolina at the Exxon at 809 East Market Street. Ms. Carmichael is described as a biracial female, 5'4", 260 pounds, with long black and blonde braids. She has a heart tattoo on her face, a butterfly near her eye, a red flower with Ohana in cursive on her breast. Any tattoos that she has, actually she has tattoos all over her body. These are not the only tattoos she has. She has lots and lots of tattoos all over her body, like I said, such as above her wrist and forearm, outer thigh, etc. Marissa was last seen wearing this white t-shirt that I showed you with large flowers, blue, orange, or red, blue jeans, yellow sneakers, large hoop earrings, as you see in the top picture on the flyer, and large sunglasses with a white frame. This was her the night before, okay? Here are the circumstances. This is what happened the night that Marissa went missing in a nutshell. I've got lots of information, but this is just a summary that I put on here, whatever I could fit. All right, it says Saturday, January 13th. I did not disclose names on this particular flyer. I have disclosed names on some of my posts. I'm not shy about sharing the names, but I'm going to read it as I have it on here, and you may hear me mention them by name throughout this live as well, okay? So it says, on January 13th, the evening, actually it started earlier in the day on Saturday, person A gave Marissa and person B a ride to Greensboro. Person A is actually her cousin, and I can't even think of her name right now, y'all. But she was her cousin, and she basically acted as an Uber driver in an Uber driver capacity, and gave Marissa and one of her best friends that had been living with her a ride to Greensboro from High Point. Person A, her cousin, said she was supposed to come back and get her, but the following events prevented that. Marissa and person B, which was Marissa and her friend, met up with person C at a bar. Person C is a promoter. Let me see, give me one moment, guys. I'm gonna pull something up here as well. All right, give me a second. Bear with me here. Maybe just take a look at her flyer while I'm pulling this other thing up. We're talking about Marissa Carmichael today. She's been missing since January 14th, 2024. She's a single mother with 5 children. She did disappear under suspicious circumstances. There's lots of theories and rumors, swirling around out there on social media, especially those that live in Greensboro and are familiar with the people that have been involved. However, they've all got something different to say, but I'll tell you from just what I have observed and found that I'm 1,000% positive that it's due to foul play. I'm not law enforcement. I'm not a private investigator. I am not a detective. I do not work for anybody in law enforcement. As a matter of fact, I don't work for anybody. I work for myself. I have a nonprofit organization, Aid BIPOC, and a few other businesses, but this is my main purpose right now. This is all I do, and I do it by myself for the most part, and this is what I do. Give me one moment. I'm just going to pull up something else while you guys kind of look and read through that flyer. If there is anybody watching, it shows nobody's watching, but I don't know if that's for all platforms. Give me just a moment. Okay. All right. Let's see. Almost done, guys. Okay. I had a lot of notes in here, so Bear with me. I don't believe we have anybody on here anyways. Give me just a moment as I pull up this stuff for her. Thought I had it up already, but I don't. Okay. Sorted by date. You can't see that part of my screen, y'all, but I'm sure that you can see the flyer. If you cannot see the flyer on the screen, please let me know in the chat. Almost there. Okay. Just a moment. All right. Okay, let's see. So, all right, I'm just going to kind of go down some of these facts that I've got. All right. These are facts that, or I'll just say they are alleged facts because, again, I'm not law enforcement or a detective or a private investigator. These are some of the facts that I've gathered over time, along with another group of folks that we were all in a group trying to help find Marissa for quite some time. All right, so let's see. Okay, all right. Okay, guys, so on Saturday, January 13th, 2024, which was last year, Marissa's cousin, Tashia, I believe, I don't know if it's Tashia or Tashia, I'll say Tashia. I know if I say your name wrong, I apologize. Tashia gave Marissa, and I don't know if her name is Naja, I'm going to say Naja. That's her, one of her best friends at the time she went missing, and she had been staying with Marissa and her mother and her stepfather and her children in High Point. Tashia gave Marissa and Naja a ride to Greensboro. Tashia said she was supposed to come back and get her, but the following events pretty much prevented that. They had initially been dropped off at a party promoter, a club promoter, his house that has been friends with Marissa for quite some time. You may see some reports, you may even hear him say he's her cousin during a news interview. That is not true. His name is Mo Dallas, is pretty much what he goes by on social media. And as a club promoter, of course, that's not his birth name, but we're going to call him Mo Dallas up in here, okay? They pretty much met up with Mo Dallas at his house. That's where Tashia dropped them off at. They hung out for a while. I do know from what friends, mutual friends of them as well, Naja had mentioned that she had left the house and just left Marissa and Mo. We'll just call him Mo at this point. I don't want to say his whole name every time, but she left Marissa and Mo at the house and went to meet up with her then boyfriend. And then Marissa and Marissa and Naja actually, they got dropped off at the house and they were supposed to meet up at the bar with Mo. And I believe then they went back to the house. And I believe that's when Naja left to go meet up with her boyfriend because I believe he lived in that area as well. All right. And then so after the bar, they went back to the place at Mo's. Around 9:30 was when Naja had actually left Mo's house to meet up with her boyfriend. She said Marissa was sleeping when she left. Around 11:30 p.m., Marissa and Mo went to Club 117. Mo is a man, for any of you that don't know. He is a man. He's a club promoter, and he does a lot of events at Club 117. A little bit more about Mo. He's a club promoter, but he also has like his own. He has like his own posse of women. Goodness, I don't really know how to explain it, but they basically do private parties for people, and you know, private parties where they're dressed in next to nothing. And I'm not saying that in a way to judge anybody. I don't judge anybody in that lifestyle. Just to put that out there now, I don't have any qualms about people that do what they do for a living, only when they're forced to. Okay. But that just a little bit about Mo's background in a nutshell. That's what he does for a living. And Marissa was really close to him. I believe they dated at one point. And so, they kind of had, they had a really good relationship after that, even after that fact. Around 11:30 again, I said Marissa and Mo went to Club 117, which is in downtown Greensboro. I know it's in Greensboro. I'm assuming it's downtown. I've never been there. Marissa met up with a guy at the club named Jersey. I believe his name is, what is it, Jersey Money? I'd have to look it up. It's been a while since I've looked at this in a deep sense, but Jersey pulled up, sent her a text message, and said he was there at the club. And Marissa ended up leaving with Jersey from the club around, I believe that people were confirming they saw them leave around 2:30 in the morning on Sunday, January 14th. Sounds like, they left right around closing time. This was actually obtained. I actually got this information from people that were sitting at the table, not me directly, but me and our group of friends that had been trying to find more information to help bring Marissa home at the time. Jersey and Marissa allegedly also went to an after party at an Airbnb. There's been a lot of speculation about the Airbnb being rented or owned by Mo. I really don't know what the details are on that, but they went to an after party allegedly at this Airbnb, and not really sure if they went inside to the party or if it was just Jersey that went in the party, or if they just sat in the car, because people did see them sitting in the car. Okay. At about 3:40 in the morning, Marissa called 911 from the Exxon that I mentioned on East Market Street in Greensboro, North Carolina. 3:40 in the morning. Allegedly, actually, it's not alleged. It's this is all information that I have gotten off of the 911 call. If you go to my TikTok at Tea Talks with Theresa, you should be able to find a video that has that 911, or you can probably find it somewhere online on somebody else's platform as well. But she called 911 saying that Jersey had told her to go inside and get some stuff. And while she was inside, he tossed her purse out of the car and left with her phone. Did not leave her with her phone, left with her phone. So from what the story is, he kicked her out of the car. Well, no, he didn't kick her out. He asked her to go inside and get something. She went inside, looked out, and he had thrown out all of her belongings, but kept her phone and took off. Okay, this is at 3:40 in the morning in Greensboro, which is near High Point where she lives, but it's not where she lives, and she apparently was not familiar with the area. I will pull up the recording here after I get through just kind of giving you a little bit of rundown about her background, so you can listen to the 911 call as well. But we'll keep going. At about 4:20 in the morning, police finally responded to the Exxon, and when they got there, they were told that Marissa had already left. Okay. Now, there's also footage that shows her leaving, I believe, from the Exxon, but it's not, of course, it doesn't show that she left willingly, from what I understand, or there wasn't. There was a lot of issues surrounding getting the footage because they didn't have, I believe the Exxon was not being very cooperative with law enforcement or the family initially, because of this other gentleman that I'm going to start talking about next that came along and allegedly picked her up that night as well, or that morning. So it was about 4:20 in the morning again that police got to the Exxon, and she had already left. At about 4:27 a.m., Marissa made several attempts to call Naja from the gentleman that she had left the Exxon with, which his name is Sean. And she was using his Facebook Messenger to call Naja, and Naja didn't answer the phone. Let's back up just a little bit and kind of talk about who Sean is. So I do have last names, guys, but I'm just going to use their first names for now. All right. Sean apparently, or I'll say allegedly, Sean was an acquaintance of Marissa. Friends and family say that he was stalking her for a while and that they were not friends. However, there's other people that say that they were. But they, her friends and family say that he had been stalking her recently and didn't understand why she would get in a car with him because of that. But, it's the middle of the night. She's stranded. She saw a familiar face. My guess is she got in the car because of that. Again, that's just my guess. It's speculation. It's not anything that's proven, but it has been confirmed that she did leave with Sean. Sean happened to pull up at the Exxon right after Jersey had thrown out all of her items except for her phone, and he miraculously, mysteriously just appears and offers to give her a ride, from my understanding. Okay. At about 5 o'clock in the morning, Naja returned to the home she was staying at with Marissa and her family in High Point, somewhere between 5 a.m. and 5:30 in the morning. Marissa used Sean's phone again, called her father. Actually, I believe it's her stepfather, but it's her mother's husband. Called her father and asked to speak with Naja. The nature of the call is still kind of mostly unknown because there have been conflicting stories, and I believe they were kind of out of it because it's the middle of the night. But it said she was trying to get Jersey's information to contact him so she could get her phone back. Whether or not she was given that information is still unknown. And this was the last communication anyone has had with her. Now, all of this up until now, I'm speaking about, all this information was obtained through text message, screenshots of text messages, and a messenger, and firsthand word of mouth with people that we're talking about. Okay. Except for Sean and Jersey. I was not part of any of those calls with them, if there was any by the group, but most of this has been backed up by text messages, first person accounts, Facebook Messenger messages. Okay. Let me go get a little bit further. Okay, so we haven't heard from her or seen her since the wee early hours of January 14th, and I believe that's a Sunday. The following day, Sarah Carmichael, who is Marissa's mother, was calling around looking for her daughter. She contacted Sean because she was last with him. And how did she know that? Because, again, Marissa was using Sean's Facebook Messenger to reach out to people because Jersey had taken her phone when he left her at the Exxon. Sean told Sarah that he just let Marissa use his phone, gave her a couple dollars, and he left alone. This all took place through text, and I have seen those text messages. They've been out there circulating for quite some time publicly. Police reviewed Exxon CCTV and saw Marissa at the counter in the store with her purse, which is the picture I showed you before I pulled up this flyer. Sean walked in and said something to her, and she was following him out when she stumbled. Not sure if she fell or tripped a little, and then she went out and got in his car. This was the last time she was seen, was on the CCTV footage at Exxon, when they finally got a hold of that. This is everything that can be proven, aside from other details that we might talk about during this live, and not really quite sure about some of the details at that point. So I'm going to go over to this flyer again. Now that you know a little bit about the people that were involved. I'll try to give a little bit more context as I'm going through the flyer. All right, so excuse me. Pretty much has all of those details laid out in here. It's a lot. All right, the following day, let's see, drive around. All right, there was also some information because Sean, Marissa's mom has been she's been a staunch advocate for her daughter and trying to find her and bring her home. Like, she's gone to extreme lengths to find any information about her daughter and what might have happened to her, where she might be. And part of that has been back and forth, discussions through either text message or Facebook Messenger with Sean about the details that night, because he's had a few different stories. So you remember me just saying that he dropped her off and gave her a couple dollars. Well, there's more to the story than that. When her mother, called or texted Sean the next day, and she kept contacting him after that to get answers. He had mentioned something about her walking, like I believe she sent somebody, or she was going to go to his house, because he answered the phone and said she had just left and walked down the street. I can't remember the name of the restaurant, or it's like a fast food joint there in Greensboro, North Carolina. I can't remember the name of the place, but I believe it's like a fast food place. I'd know it if I saw it or heard it. I probably could even find it, but supposedly to meet up with Jersey to get her phone. Okay. But he said he dropped her off and gave her a couple of dollars before. So we have a change in the story. And he said he'd have her call her mom, Sarah, when she returned back to his house. Well, she never returned back there. And that's his story as well. But he also had said that he dropped her off at some apartment complex across the street from the Exxon in Greensboro, where he picked her up after driving around for about 30 minutes. So he's had a lot of changes in his story. I will say that as a disclaimer, again, I'm not law enforcement. I'm not a private detective. I'm not a private investigator. I am the founder of Aid BIPOC, and we advocate for missing and trafficked persons. Okay. But the police did interview him, from what I understand, and they did not, they did put out a public statement, if you want to go look at the Greensboro Police Department site, saying that he was not a person of interest. I do not know if that's changed since I last pulled it up, but I do not believe that they've changed their stance on that. Just for me and my personal insight and my perspective on everything that I know about the case, whether it's from text messages, Facebook messages, being a part of group discussions with people that were directly around Marissa during that time, and watching social media and just kind of getting more information about what's been happening as a group, as we collaborated as a group. There's been a lot of speculation about a few people that would be the community's person of interest. So when I say community person of interest, I mean there are several people, including myself, that have lots of different theories about what happened to her that night. But there are a few people that we do find need to be looked at if they haven't been already. My guess is Greensboro Police Department or the Guilford Sheriff, their Sheriff's Department may have looked at it. Hopefully the FBI, but we've got a few people in the mix, right? We got Tashia, who dropped Marissa off at the party and was supposed to come back and pick her up, and did not do that. Whether it was because she went missing or whatever happened, she didn't show back up. Okay. We've got Jersey. Jersey was allegedly the person that dropped her off at the Exxon and took off with her phone, threw her purse out. And I believe, from the information that we found out, that she was, he was like a side boo, or, somebody that she felt she could trust. And then we have Mo Dallas. And Mo's been a close friend to Marissa for a long time, but he's in that life, and he's I'm just going to say that that was also one of the last persons that she had been seen with. So the people have speculated about that whole situation. I don't want to go too deep into him. I'll do that on another day because that's going to require quite a bit of information and quite a bit of time to go over that. You're welcome to look it up on your own, but I'll go more into detail about that later. And then she has a baby daddy, and his name is, or not his birth name, but his name, he goes by Smoke. I don't know a whole lot about him, but there's, people have said that they did not have there's people that said that they didn't have the best relationship, and that he was into a lot of things that weren't necessarily good. But then, her mother has also praised him for stepping up and being responsible dad now that the kids are missing. So I'm not saying that anybody that I've mentioned is the person that had anything to do with her actual disappearance, but everybody that I mentioned contributed in some way to that evening. Okay. And these are all people that were last seen with her, last talked to her, hung out with her that night before she went missing. So it's relevant. I'll go to the next picture. Again, this is a picture of Marissa the night she had went out to Club 117 in Greensboro, North Carolina. Again, she had on these big, giant white frame glasses. She had on a Tweety Bird t-shirt with flowers. She had big hoop earrings. She had a yellow band on her wrist. We'll go to the next picture. And this is another picture of her with a different look for you to look out. Another picture, she had brown and blonde braids when she went missing. So you could probably kind of see it a little bit. You can see it, over in the side, but you can't really see too much of the blonde or the braid. So I don't know if her hair was this long or what, but this is also what she looks like with blonde and brown braids when it's not put up the way she had it in that picture. This is her again at the Exxon from the CCTV footage. All right, so again, this is on one of our websites, the database.missingandtrafficked.info. I'm not trying to steer anybody away from the platforms that I'm streaming to, just letting you know if you'd like to get more information that we have posted. Here is one of the pages that you can go to. I'll just kind of go down the description of her, what we've included on her missing person page. Again, she was reported missing on January 14th, 2024. It's been a year and a half since she's been missing. Marissa was last seen at the Exxon gas station located at 809 East Market Street in Greensboro, North Carolina. I just showed you the picture of her on CCTV footage right before she went missing, after she called 911. And I'll pull that up shortly as well, the call, so you can hear it. She was 25 years old when she went missing. She's a female. I believe she's mixed race, maybe black and white, not sure. I haven't confirmed that. She's got a medium light complexion. She's 5'4". She's approximately 260 pounds. She had black and blonde braids, long braids, brown eyes, of course, as you saw for yourself. The police department handling this is the Greensboro Police Department and the Guilford Crime Stoppers. Greensboro utilizes the Guilford Crime Stoppers for all of their posts. You can find this information on Guilford Crime Stoppers page if you want to learn more about the report that came in. You can even access the missing person report that was filed, which was filed down at Club 117 just as an additional piece of information. Police department phone number is on here. If you have any information regarding her disappearance or where she might be, you can call them at 336-373-1000. The case number is 2024-0114-160. All of this is on the missing person post. We've got a NamUs ID in here, MP115623. I have a link here, so if you want to look at her, I'll pull that up as well for us to look at next. Did not find the NCIC number anywhere, but I'm pretty sure she has one. It's just not always publicly disclosed by law enforcement. In CMEC, she does not qualify for because she's not a child and she's not disabled. Okay. Again, last seen location. Marissa was last seen at the Exxon gas station on 809 East Market Street. All right. Marissa's distinguishing features include long black and blonde braids, a heart tattoo on her face, a butterfly near her eye, a red flower with the word Ohana on her breast, and additional tattoos on her wrist, forearm, and outer thigh. She's got a lot of tattoos all over her body. If you do check out any of her profiles or the numerous posts that are out there, you'll see several pictures at different angles and different tattoos. On the day of her disappearance, she was wearing the white t-shirt I showed y'all with the large floral patterns, blue jeans, yellow sneakers, large hoop earrings, and large sunglasses with the white frame. Okay. And here's another timeline of the events that we just went over. About 3:40 in the morning, Marissa made her 911 call from Exxon on East Market Street. I'm not going to go through all of it because I just did, but I am going to pull up the 911 call here in just a moment. All right, so again, the last confirmed interaction occurred around 5:30 in the morning on January 14th, which was a Sunday, I believe. Not even Monday, but I'm pretty sure it was a Sunday, when Marissa used, it says person B on our listing, but she used Sean's phone to call her family because Sean is the one that picked her up from Exxon. Surveillance footage captured Marissa stumbling outside a store near her residence before entering, and it's not near her residence. I think I probably need to reword that because she was at the Exxon and they have footage of her entering Sean's car. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is all wrong on here, y'all. I'll have to switch it up a little bit because Jersey is the one that dropped her off, pretty much abandoned her and robbed her. He threw her purse out, but kept her phone and left her stranded there. Sean is the gentleman that came along right after she was left at Exxon by Jersey. And Sean is the one that she was with, and Sean's Facebook Messenger is the one that she was using to contact everybody. So after I get off this live today, I'll go back in here and fix this. I didn't realize that was, that's definitely not correct. And again, here's the information. If you are on our website and you have any information, there's a tip line here. It says p3tips.com. If you click on it, it's going to open up another window. As soon as it opens, I'll share. Okay, just a moment. Oh, it's not even, I have to fix that as well. But it's p3tips.com. You can submit a tip anonymously online. I believe that goes to the Guilford Crime Stoppers. Okay, case number's on here. There's a phone number on here you can call. And I also have links where you can download a printable PDF flyer. There's lots of flyers floating around, but I try to make our flyers without too much color because some of us don't have money to print them at a Kinko's or FedEx, and we're printing them from our own printer, and ink costs a lot of money. So these are printable PDF formatted flyers with not too much color other than her pictures. And there's also a link here for you to download any picture like PNG or JPG images. Okay, there's also the link here. If you click on contact law enforcement, if you click on it, it's going to dial the Guilford Crime Stoppers. And then again here, you can click on this link and it's going to open up, and I'll show you. Oh, didn't even link it right. Basically, I don't need to show you that anyways, but if you go to the p3tips.com, it's going to take you there. So I'll get that fixed as well. I did not know so many things needed to be fixed. All right. I'm going to hop on over to our Aid BIPOC page. I believe I have a listing for her over there as well. That's aidbipoc.org. That's our main site. I'm trying to transition all of the missing person cases to our database, which was the other site that I just left, but this is our main page. I'm going to go up here and let's see, let's do search for missing persons. Hopefully this website's not having the same problems. Okay, I have it redirecting to that. So let's just do this. Let's still have her on here. One moment here. Missing persons. I didn't think that I redirected everything. Let me just do a search real quick. Marissa. I am, like I said, pretty much a one-person force here. Oh, she's not even coming up, and I have her in here. Give me just a moment, guys. I'm going to share this one while I go into the back. Maybe I just moved everything over there. Okay. All right, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But again, back to the missing and trafficked page. You can find more information about her and other folks that young folks, old folks, all folks. Like I said, Aid BIPOC advocates for intellectually disabled, Black, Indigenous, and people oppressed by color. But when it comes to our missing and trafficked, we advocate for everybody to bring awareness. Okay. I'm going to leave y'all here with her for just a moment with this, and I'm going to pull up the 911 call. Another screen tab. Just a moment. Okay. Gonna refresh. I can pull up the 911 call so you can hear it. Let's see if this is it. Pause that so I can rewind it and let you see what I posted.
Go for Metro 911. What's the address of your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I needed the contact to the non-emergency number.
It comes into the same center. I can try to help you while I have you on the phone, and I can give you the
Okay,
number for
yes.
future use.
I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff throughout the car. He took off with my phone. I have no clue where I'm at. I have no numbers, nothing.
Are you at a business?
I am at a store, yes. I'm at a Synergy.
Are you at an Exxon?
Is
It
this
looks like you're at
Exxon?
801 East Market.
Okay, it's an Exxon, yes.
Okay, what's your name? Are you hurt and needed an ambulance?
No, I'm not. But I mean, like, he told me to come into the store and grab some shit and, like, took off on me. And I don't know where I'm at. I'm in the middle of Greensboro. He took my phone. I don't have my phone.
Go for Metro 911. What's the address of your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I needed the contact to the non-emergency number.
It comes into the same center. I can try to help you while I have you on the phone, and I can give you the number
Okay,
for
yes.
future use.
I don't know where I am in Greensboro. I just got all my stuff throughout the car. He took off with my phone. I have no clue where I'm at. I have no numbers, nothing.
Are you at a business?
I am at a store, yes. I'm at a Synergy.
Are you at an Exxon?
Is
it
this
looks like you're at
Exxon?
801 East Market.
Okay, it's an Exxon, yes.
Okay, what's your name? Are you hurt and needed an ambulance?
No, I'm not. But I mean, like, he told me to come into the store and grab some shit and, like, took off on me. And I don't know where I'm at. I'm in the middle of Greensboro. He took my phone. I don't have my phone.
Go for Metro 911. Of your emergency.
Yes,
go back. Oops, excuse me. Trying to find where I had her information pulled up. Okay. All right. So I kind of just gave like a brief overview of what happened in her case. I'm going to go live again next week and talk about her a little bit more. I'm going to try to get through a few of the missing person cases that I've been following since last year, and today I'm going to go live and talk about them as well. But I wanted to start with Marissa today. She's been missing for quite some time, and she's got 5 beautiful babies that don't have their mama right now. So again, if you have any information about her whereabouts or what might have happened to her, maybe you've heard something, maybe you've kept quiet all this time for whatever reason, and hopefully you'll reach out and to the Guilford Crime Stoppers. You can find the information on our website. You can also go to Guilford Crime Stoppers and get her information. You'll also find it pretty much all over the internet. I've got some formatting issues on here, guys. I apologize. Let's see. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Please share, like, comment, give me a follow, subscribe to updates if you'd like to know when we are going live again, or post anything about the cases that I'm going to be spotlighting today. And I appreciate you taking time to stop by and to learn more about Marissa, and we hope that we find her soon and bring her home to her family. Thanks all for tuning in, and I hope to see you on here another time. I'll also be hosting some calls where people can come up and talk about these with me. But for now, I'm just going to kind of go over each one of these cases today to make sure that I am getting their names and faces out there and a little bit of their story. Until we see each other or talk, or you join one of my lives, I will see you later.